Good afternoon, everyone. We're kind of having a slower day today. We went and visited some of the guys in jail. We had a quick little court meeting today. We'll get into all that in just a moment. But what we wanted to do is, Roger here has been having this 90-day chin-up challenge. And what is it, April?
By April 8th, I have to get to 15 chin-ups.
15 chin-ups. So
and I'm way behind.
We want to challenge people to, since he's done this challenge this whole time, and he's dedicated his time to help in the case here, especially with Ryan Bundy in Oregon and here. We're trying to get people to sponsor him for $5 for every single chin-up he does on the final day of this 90-day chin-up challenge. There's days that he's got, I know, 8, 9 of them.
It was over 10.
Over 10. But he keeps getting back and forth. Sometimes sitting in court's hard on him.
And I've been eating too much and, frankly, not getting enough exercise.
So he's going to try a few, and then afterwards we'll go into some stuff that's been happening today and throughout the week and recap a little bit of it just briefly. And let's be ready, Roger?
I am.
Okay, here we go. We're going to try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 3/4.
Remember, I already tried to max out earlier today, so that's my excuse.
This is his second time today, so
I apologize again.
he's doing good, better than I can do. I think I got like 6 here the other day, and I kind of gave up again. So we do want to mention that we're going to have a meeting. Approximately April 15th is our date. We've got a building at the library, the West Las Vegas Library. Be April 15th. It's supposed to be at 1:30 in the afternoon. We have several special guests coming. We're going to have hopefully some raffles, some silent auctions, have some speakers talking about liberty and other things. And this is a sign here that Roger represents, Lysander Spooner University.
It's one of the finer institutions of higher learning in the country. And we'll have talks by people like John Lamb, our lead professor of journalism. I'll be speaking on the evils of Social Security. And we have future speakers to be announced.
So yeah, anybody who's in Las Vegas during that time, be prepared to come over. It's going to be at the West Las Vegas Library around April 15th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So we'll keep you updated, and we'll have some posts and stuff as we know more about that. We did have court today for Ammon Bundy, and it was a hearing that was for Morgan Philpott to see if he was able to use him as a second lawyer, like second chair, on his case when Ammon's tried here coming up. And we don't know when that trial is going to be just yet. It's the second trial, but that motion was allowed, and Philpott is able to represent Ammon in this next trial. So that was good news. It was a sealed hearing. We were not allowed to be at it. We had to stay on the outside of the courtroom. Even a couple other attorneys that showed up in support were not allowed to be in there because they weren't directly involved. Ammon Bundy is having some protests going on himself in the jail. He's tired of being strip searched like they do all the guys, and I guess they forcibly strip searched him again before the court hearing, and he refused to be strip searched, so they pulled off all of his clothes, strip searched him forcibly, and he only had his underclothes on. He refused to dress back for the court. And so he told them they took his clothes off, they could put them back on, is what I understood. So he did not have his jail scrubs on because he refused to wear them. I don't know if that was the biggest reason they didn't let us in, but they said that it was sealed and they would not allow the public in there. So we weren't allowed to be in the courtroom for that hearing, but we were told afterwards that Philpott is going to be counsel for Ammon Bundy for his second trial. So that's good news for us. In jail this morning, we got to visit 4 of the defendants. Eric Parker, Scott Drexler, Todd Engel, and Ricky Loveland. And I visited Ricky and Todd, and we had a great visit. Eric Parker's wife visited the other two. So it was some good visits. The guys seemed like they were in very good spirits. Todd, he's having some issues in court with representing himself, and as we know that the judge stripped him of his rights the other day and is not allowing him to represent himself the rest of this entire case at this moment. It's even up in the air whether he's going to be able to even give closing arguments. And some of those rights that they stripped him of was appalling. It was very hard to understand how they can do this. And these rights that the judge read off in the final moments of the hearing yesterday, well, she says he only has 3 rights left now as a defendant. One is to plead guilty. The second one is to testify in this case, that's this criminal case against himself. And the third is an appeal in case he's not happy with the decision at the end of it. They were the only 3 rights that she's allowing him to have at this moment. She's making John George, his stand-in counsel that he is not happy with at all, is doing a horrible job representing him. She's forcing that attorney up on him and not giving him a choice right in the middle of his trial, close to the end of it, when it's a very important time when Todd should be able to represent himself. Witnesses are going to be brought for Todd now, and Todd should have the right to question those witnesses properly. And the only reason he was stripped of those rights was a statement that he made to a witness. And he made that statement. He asked if Dan Love was under criminal investigation. And that question was not asked. It was objected to, and the prosecutors were very upset over that question. And he got his rights stripped of him because of that one question. And so that's what's happening there. I talked to Ricky, or not Ricky, but Ricky Loveland. Ricky Loveland said to tell everybody hi out here. He said tell you all to stay out of trouble, and he's praying for us. And he was in great spirits this morning. He was all smiles. He said he loved everyone. He was very thankful for all the support. And we got to talk for about a half hour. Another thing that Todd said in jail this morning, he said what made him go to the Bundy Ranch that day was principle versus convenience. If it had been more convenient to stay at home, but it was more principle to go for his fellow man. And he wanted that statement to be known to people. So that's about all my notes that I can think of right now. We had some other things we were going to bring up, but we're short on time today. We've always got quite a bit of things to do, but we just wanted to bring you a short update and bring you that. There was some stuff with Fox or Channel 8 News that we're going to bring out in the next day or two. Some videos that they did at court yesterday from reporting on the outside, some lies that Fox News told, or I'm sorry, not Fox News, Channel 8 News told. And we've got a video clip of one of us that videoed part of this and some questions we asked Channel 8 News afterwards. Things that they left out that was of importance. And so give us a day or two and we're going to have that information out. You might be able to Google and get a little briefing of what Channel 8 put on TV last night. That would be very interesting to read, but they were using incriminating things against all the other guys off a one-person statement. And that person has been known to be an informant now and has been brought out in court, and that's Greg Burleson. And they're using his statements against the other guys when he didn't even know the other guys. So we've got some good information that we want to share with you as quickly as we can, but we've got to get some of this stuff prepared, and hopefully within a day or two we'll have that out to you. But thanks a lot for joining us. Do you have anything else to say, Roger?
Thanks so much, John, for all you're doing. And again, I'm needing money. Everybody's broke, I know, but I'm down here. I've been just sort of being a legal analyst and whatever I can do. And I'm basically broke, needing money, and so
he's doing chin-ups for money. He's doing whatever he can do.
Maybe I can do some art or sculpture or something, on the side. And I'm also trying to promote my university, which was founded last year, and I'm trying to turn it into one of the finest, universities in the world.
A couple of ways you can support Roger. If you want to do that, you can contact me. Send me a private message or send Roger a private message. We can give you some information how you can support him. You can also donate some items that can be raffled off in this benefit, this meeting that we're going to have to help support Roger. We're going to auction off some things. We're going to have some raffles during that meeting on April 15th. So if anybody has any items that they think is of some value that we can use to auction off and sell and raffle, the proceeds all go to Roger. There's also going to be some book signings that day, possibly from Shauna Cox, and Roger also has a book that he wrote. That book will be available that day to buy. So, and he'll also autograph that too for you when you're there. So, yeah, please, if you can, help support Roger while he's been here. He's just volunteered his time through both cases, and it's been very valuable to have him do that. So, thanks again. We'll have you another update as quick as we can in just a couple of days.
Just real quickly, somebody was asking if there was an actual Channel 8 reporter in the courtroom the day that the information came out about Greg Burleson.
If there was, I did not see that Channel 8 reporter. That reporter I know personally. I've seen that reporter several times. So that Channel 8 reporter was getting it secondhand from other reporters that are in the courtroom.
I think there was no reporters, professional reporters in the room at the time.
There's a couple of reporters that come in there that do Twitter, and they set in. One of them doesn't ever even carry a notebook or take notes at all. Another one takes notes sometimes, but there was no professional reporter that I seen for several days there. And this reporter showed up after the fact that day when court was just almost over, did a quick report, pretty much saying some damaging things that Greg Burleson had said. And I made some notes on a few things he said. Greg said that he came there to die, and that he didn't come there to be peaceful, and that he'd come there to put BLM officers 6 feet under, and that he was going to chop some heads off with a big machete or thing that he brought with him, and he wanted to die on the battlefield. So this is statements that he gave.
A video of him that was played.
A video, yes, a video that they played of him after the standoff there. This statement he gave to Longbow, which we now know that was they were FBI undercover.
So it was FBI undercover interviewing FBI undercover.
That's exactly right. So
excellent.
So we'll have you some more information on this for sure as quick as we can, and we'll talk to you in a couple of days. Thank you.
Thanks.
Throughout the week and recap a little bit of it just briefly. And you ready, Roger?
I am.
Okay, here we go. We're going to try this. 1, 2, 3. Good afternoon, everyone. We're kind of having a slower day today. We went and visited some of the guys in jail. We had a quick little court meeting today. We'll get into all that in just a moment. But what we wanted to do is, Roger here has been help in the case here, especially with Ryan Bundy in Oregon and here. We're trying to get people to sponsor him for $5 for every single chin-up he does on the final day of this 90-day chin-up challenge. There's days that he's got, I know, 8, 9 of them.
It was over 10.
Over 10. But he keeps getting back and forth. Sometimes sitting in court's hard on him.
And I've been eating too much and, frankly, not getting enough exercise.
So he's going to try a few, and then afterwards we'll go into some stuff that's been happening today. Having this 90-day chin-up challenge. And what is it, April?
By April 8th, I have to get to 15 chin-ups.
15 chin-ups. So
and I'm way behind.
We want to challenge people to, since he's done this challenge this whole time, and he's dedicated his time to